Hey guys, Tor tracking can be done in a variety of ways, and I want to go over a few of those ways so people have a better understanding how to stay safe on the internet. So here we see the map of the Tor network. You have the Tor client, which would be your browser, your mobile phone, your computer, or tablet. Then it enters the entry guard, goes to the middle relay, the exit relay, and finally makes its way to the destination. You should always be sure to be using a HTTPS website. That means the traffic is encrypted, because from the exit relay to the destination, if it is not an HTTPS website, you will have to worry about decrypted traffic. Now, otherwise, along the way, the traffic is entirely encrypted. So that part is safe, but always be sure to be using the HTTPS version of the website you're using. So, first off, how does this traffic get analyzed? Well, there's a variety of different ways, and if they control enough of these nodes, they can then inject traffic patterns to do analysis to see how all of the different nodes and your client computer reacts in a way that can identify people. Say you have a ton of browser windows open on Tor, you would be easier to analyze client than if you only had one open Tor client. Think about it this way. You have one single dot on the screen, and all of these can be connected in different ways. The more you participate, the more you're able to be analyzed by parties who control more of these dots. Now, if you only have one window open, you would not be able to be as big of a target. You would not be able to, traffic injection patterns would not reveal as much about you. Now, you can also change your exit node at any time. Now, it depends on what you think about this, but some may believe that changing your exit node is a good thing. Others may think it is a bad thing. It's all subjective. You also have to worry about cookies. There's several types of cookies and several different ways to track users. All of this can be correlated in different ways. So if you download an image, let's say you have a profile on your Tor browser, but you download an image on your direct connection from your ISP in regular Mozilla Firefox. Well, sometimes these images are implanted with secret tracking pixels that will actually identify your IP address because you download it from a direct connection. Do not, for example, download an image directly connected from your ISP on Mozilla Firefox and then try to upload it onto one of your accounts on Tor browser. Now, I hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'll be happy to help. My point is that certain trackers are not just left to cookies where they basically save a text onto your computer. Now there are also, of course, fingerprint tracking, which identifies your browser uniquely, along with your IP address. The pixels that are deposited in every download of pictures on certain websites will then have your IP address stored in those pictures. So it's best, if you're going to upload anything over Tor, make sure you download it as well over Tor if it's an image, because if it is implanted with an IP address tracker in pixel form, you want to make sure it's a Tor exit node. There are so many different types of tracking, from scripts to cookies to browser identification to these pixel tracking methods. Now, there's also zombie cookies. People think when they delete their cookies that those cookies are gone. Well, something known as a zombie cookie, which leaves a unique identifier, they come back once you're identified again. Be sure you're compartmentalizing. That's one of the number one tips I have for privacy, is compartmentalize, compartmentalize, compartmentalize. Many VPNs say they don't keep logs. Well, most of that is just a sales pitch. So keep that in mind when you're thinking a VPN is going to help increase your privacy. It can actually decrease your privacy if you, for example, are connecting from Tor to the VPN when you have direct connect to that VPN in the past. It means your IP address is in the logs themselves. Raspberry Pi routers, I'm putting them together, so if you need one of them, please email me, write to privacy@tutnoda.com, or you can put one together yourself. It's a nice little project to work on, but I'm always willing to help. We have an example here again of the many relays, exit nodes. As I mentioned, some of the tracking with Tor can be done if someone controls enough of these relays. This is mainly nation states we're talking about. We're not talking about a normal everyday, advertising tracker. But I do feel need to mention that those cookies, those deposited pixel trackers, the browser identification, all that can be used against you. All of this should be part of the big picture in privacy. Most people don't have to worry about such things unless you live in, if you're a journalist in a dangerous country, you might have to worry about nation state tracking, but most people don't have to worry about that. And most people aren't interesting enough for this. That's what I got today, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will be back later with more on how you can protect your privacy.